Well, these are primary intermediate education graduates, and first of all, I'm going to talk about my involvement with the university and what it's meant to me, but I will have a brief message for the graduates, and I'll try to relate it to my story. And first of all, I value education very highly, and I think that they have chosen an exemplary career choice, that they have the ability to influence thousands of young people, and they will be molding the citizens of tomorrow. And so they play a very critical, crucial role in developing tomorrow's society. And education is so important if Canada is going to maintain its standard of living. Education provides the basis for social and economic development of the country. So it's critical that we have, moving forward, an educated workforce. And these people are going to play a very critical role in that. And what I say in the early part of my address is that it wasn't necessarily the classroom study that made me the person that I am. It was the values that I adhered to, the values that were instilled in me as a child. So I think it's important for them to remember that they have the opportunity to instill values in the children of today. Unfortunately, I don't think the parents and family are doing as good a job as they did generations ago. There are too many other influences. So I would like the teaching profession to play a role in developing a set of values, positive values, that our future citizens can adhere to. There were two values that were very important to me, and that was the value of education, not just for me, but for society as a whole. But secondly was the importance of giving back, leaving the world a better place than the way I found it. And you can do that by contributing time and energy and even financial resources to do that. And I'm going to encourage them to do that as well in both their professional and personal lives, to give back to society. And from my experience, the rewards from that giving back far exceed the effort that they put into it. So briefly, that's my message to them. I've learned after 47 convocations that they don't want to listen to a long-winded speaker, and so I'll be relatively brief in my remarks. And I will talk more in my address as well about what Nipissing University has meant to me, what my involvement has meant to me, what I've seen over the 22 years that I've been involved. There's so many highlights over the 22 years. I can't point to one thing as being the most important. Certainly getting our charter in 1992 was a highlight. Just chairing the board for 3 years, bringing all the board members together, the faculty, even students, and working together for the betterment of the university. That was a highlight for me. The opening of new campuses in Muskoka and Brantford. And the one that's most recent, certainly serving as chancellor for 8 years, and having the opportunity to congratulate close to 10,000 graduates at Nipissing University has been a highlight. But a more recent event has been the Harris Learning Library, and my involvement in that, right from the initial planning of the library to co-chairing the fundraising campaign, the successful conclusion of the fundraising campaign, and now we've got the official opening in 2 weeks. So there's a lot of self-satisfaction around that particular project. Well, I like to think that I'm a humble individual, and so it's a tremendous honor to be recognized in this way. My rewards have been constant over the last 22 years. You know, I didn't do all this to receive an honorary degree, but it's nice to be recognized in this fashion. I should say, too, that back in the 60s, I spent 3 years working on a doctorate, but because of the untimely death of my father, I had to take over a family business, and I wasn't able to complete the doctorate. And so now, finally, 40 years later, I'm getting a doctorate.